Hello and welcome back to the show. You are here with me live. As you can see, I have nothing. I've not accumulated nothing. I'm just fresh off the bus, and I thought, well, what if I just put the camera over here and I just make it on that? Then you could see me playing the game at the same time because it is Friday. Right? Kick back and relax and see. I got my little dinosaur here and my Tesla and guitar behind me. I now have just a shotgun. You can't really see it well still. I can see that. Looks like somebody's already been here. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Of course, we have the sound down really low as well. I don't want any infringement of sound, which is just absolutely ridiculous anymore. There's that. There we go. Yeah, we're still going that direction. That's good enough. Let's just launch ourselves off this cliff. Whee! Oh, there's some more little bomby things. Overdrive grenades. Oops. Jump up there. What is this? Oh, we need that fishing pole for that. Let's see if it works. See, it's gold right here. I could probably go out of the storm to do this. Let's have a fish. Okay, and the fishing rod because there's still more stuff in there. Nice, look at that. And another fishy fish. And we have got everything out of that fishing hole, so let's get out of the storm. And because the storm is shrinking again. Good thing we got back up to 100 health real quick. Oh, look. Dead bodies. It's like Christmas up in here. Little splash charge you up. And we got a gold weapon. I'd rather have dynamite than those shockwave grenade things. And now we got some flying power. Here we go. Just zip line up out of the storm. So somebody came on. I appreciate your stopping by. I do hope that you come back. But yeah, it is a Fortnite Friday up in the house, and this is just the plan for the day and what is going on. And that's that. And if you know how to build, then you can do that too. If you don't know how to build, well, that's that too. So, if you're checking out my current background, you'll notice I have all kinds of. See, these are all really good weapons here. And now I'm like, do I really need the dynamite? The bouncing boomstick really does a lot. You know, people don't expect it. They try to like run or they'll try to like hide or like go in a different direction. So you can flank them with the dynamite. You know, it's pretty legit. So, and see, this isn't nearly as entertaining as it could be. If I were to only put this on, there you go. That way, you know what's up. It's lit up in here today in Stargoat Studios. We are playing Fortnite, just having a good old time. And if you're wondering how all this can be made possible, let's see. Aw, oh, she's so adorable. She's so fluffy. She is so fluffy. No, she is. Do, 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 do. There are currently 17 players remaining. I'm going to bring this microphone a little bit closer in here. Turn into, oh, look at that. When you turn left, look what you're going to find. Something interesting. The real question is, who's not playing Fortnite these days? Like, why would you not want to play Fortnite, right? Isn't it just the most exhilarating? I'm telling you, when it gets down to it, my heart rate goes up just tenfold. Like, right now, we're at 13 players, and the heart rate is currently at 3 minutes ago, we're at 63 beats a minute. Okay. We got 12 players remaining, 90 beats per minute. I was at 63. I was calmly making bags of coffee, to which I have, yes, forgot again. It's sitting over there on top of the water cooler, the first and only bag that I made. Why did I not make more? Because I want to let that sit in its little container and, see what happens to it, over the next 24 hours before I bag up 20 of them and find out that I didn't measure it correctly and it clumps up or does something, odd or weird. So I got to give it some time. We're going to have this bag. And on top of that, I don't want coffee right now. So it's in the bag. It's sealed up, has, a label on it. And when the time comes tomorrow morning, I have some volunteers to test it. They are brave souls. Oh, there's a little battle going on over here. Did you see that? Where are they? I don't see anybody. Huh. See, you could just kind of stay on the zip line. I think somebody just shot me, though. Now I have 90 health. Was I in the storm? Did somebody see a bullet whiz past? Or did I get hit with something? I don't know. But somehow I ended up back at 90 health. I don't know what exactly just happened there. Oh, look, there's that guy. He got away. He got this guy and he ran off. There goes. $64. That's pretty good. I don't know if that was him or not. There's something there in the bushes. I no longer see him. If he sees me or not, I don't think he has eyes on me. I don't think he knows where that came from. The question is, do I try to outflank him or do I go the other direction? Let's go see what all these dead bodies are over here. Let's go see what this is about. Need the loot, need the ammo. Well, he had a bunch of kills for us. He probably was filling his health up. I don't see him anywhere. He had to have. I think he went down inside that tunnel thing. So, if you're wondering, I do have a rivalry, so I better go get this guy. A little sus. You see him anywhere? No, it's probably much harder for you to see on your screen unless you got some like gigantic screen. He must be in a car. He's moving kind of. There he is. Dang. I tried to hit him with the dynamite. That did not work. Oh, that would have been great if it would have blew him up. But I would have only just not used that weapon. Like that was not a sprayer at all. I did get some of his health Let's just play again. I can do better than fourth. Seriously. And this dude just sniped him. Did you see that? He just like locked him right out of the air. Anyways, it's not that weather. It's not beanie weather right now. Okay. It's like so interesting looking at me from the side, isn't it? It's like, do you sit this way? Is it the shirt?
It's 2:51. Good afternoon.
Hey. Oh, it's so comical. So we got about maybe like one more game in. And then, yeah, we're going to go have oh, we do have a like on X. I like that. Thank you. Friday after all. And we had 2 views and 1 like. Thank you very much for the view. I appreciate it. And now that we have 3 viewers, thank you and welcome back. I decided to get down on Fortnite. As you see, I went ahead and purchased this spectacular skin for Marvel, right? It's Spider-Man. Honestly, I could not tell you which version. Let's see, not with this person. I like, no, don't do that with me. He starts laughing. Too funny. Anyways, so yeah, earlier I was just talking about posture and stuff like that, and I was just like looking at my own posture, and I'm like, man, I'm like kind of like slouching forward a little bit too much right now. You gotta like lean side to side. It's like when you're just sitting here on the computer all day and you're just like focused on like spreadsheets and documents or schoolwork or whatever the case may be. It's just like you have to get up, and if you got one of these watches, then you got to get up, you got to walk around, you got to do stuff. Oh, I think the bus driver. Usually my strategy is I'll kind of I'm usually checking the little quest and things like that right now. Comments are allowed on this if you'd like to chime in. If you'd like me to send you the link to come on stage, that is always an option. And there's a whole bunch of notifications on here. There's some other legends out there doing community spaces right now. If anybody's out there on X or Facebook, there's just a lot of really good information. So, anyways, you can see I'm flying across this map. It probably looks really blurry on your screen. I have no idea what that looks like. So you probably just see me barely kind of going there. I'm like flying up here. I don't know what they did with the little meter thing that tells you how high up in the sky you are. It used to show you that somewhere. I don't see it, so that's not available. But yeah, usually I'll put a headset on and get together with friends or family and just do a little live gaming. If you're not familiar with this particular game, it is a battle royale, which means this particular match, it's me versus, I believe, 99 total players, or so it's like 100 players total, or it's 99 players total. Don't get me on the schematics and little details like that. I just get on here to get my heart rate up because I can't really go running anymore because of gravity. We're gonna blame it on gravity. We all know what it is, knees and hernia surgeries and doing that level of activity. I'm more into like walking fast and walking slow. So it looks like we've dropped here at this tomato food truck, and I have a 9-round iron pump shotgun. And it is very common, totally grayed out. And here's some bit of health. It looks like somebody has definitely come through here and dropped some things. They've opened up the gates, and that was one of their empty little jugs there. if I had any building material. I actually don't. I was trying to build real quick, and so we should actually just mash this stuff up because then you get the building material, right? Um, I want to thank you again for coming by to view the show. I do appreciate that. I could go back to putting on a beanie if everybody's like kind of worried about like too much baldness happening in their lives, you know. Someday I might get hair implants. This guy was kind enough to give me. It must have been either AI or it was the. What do they call those? Oh no, my batteries are low. It's going to be like a NASCAR switch. It's like changing the tires. I'm losing seconds. Power, power, power. Boom. A button. Confirm. All right, we're back in the game. All right, there we go. Okay. Whee! All right, so I have a Nemesis AR. I keep thinking the camera's there. No, you're over there now because we're looking over here over my shoulder, which is like totally weird because my posture, I feel like, is just totally off. It makes me want to sit up. But if I were to like slouch, this is me actually slouching, but I'm sitting up like this, but still, it feels like, you know, I feel like I have like an alien kind of shaped skull. Is that just like what bald people look like? I don't, huh. I can see me here in the TV, and I got the game here, and I got the camera over there. So that's just what's going on. If you want to play, we could do this. If you want to go on live, and I could put you side by side if you got a little setup or something. But you gotta show up in the comments. You gotta like, you know, get involved. Download Fortnite. It's a free game. I say that. Oh, because it is so free until you start collecting all this groovy gear. Ooh, look at this legendary thing I don't have enough little gold coins for. No, it's not like I had to buy those gold coins. You earn those by ranking up through battles and winning matches. And where people end up spending money is on the membership. If you spend the money on the membership, then you're looking at maybe $14 a month, right? And on top of that, if you like any particular skin, if you want to be a different character, like for instance, they have what's his name in the coming up, I believe it's Toy Story. I saw an advertisement for Toy Story, and so I'm already prepared for that. I know. Oh, look at this. A loot stash here. Perfect. It's better than the weapons I have. Yeesh. All right, that's better. All right, let's go find this guy real quick before we have 1 minute and 10 seconds to find one of our rivals. And he's like right over here somewhere. That's got to be him. Oh, I just have to get the contract. It's not even an actual person. Boom, it's just the map. Okay, so now I have the contract. Okay, so that makes sense. I totally get it now. I kind of know what's going on, but like, look at the map. Oh, did I lock Solaris out? I think I kept the front door locked. My bad. So I appreciate the heart on X. That's very kind of you to like my videos. So, or you know, and if you're watching right now, like I said, if you're into Fortnite, if you're in a place, anyways, it's shaped like a jellyfish. You can't see it really. I need like a. Hi, Solaris. He's gonna play some Fortnite with me. So, we're like, no, you can't say your real names on. Wait, no, we can because this is our show. This is a literal reality show. If you come on here, be prepared. Oh, this guy. All right, don't let up. Just spray him. And all these sprayers, I got 2 of them. I got like 2 machine guns this time. What did he have? He had a bunch of common weapons. I don't even know what he was thinking. Guess he had to try. Didn't have a choice. This thing only has 5 left. Should I emote for him? Should I give him some pizza? Yeah, pizza, bro. And then somebody will come along and hand it to me, and it'll be that. No, he left. He didn't want the pizza. What? There's more loot right there. Look at all this. Ooh. 7 cluster cannon. Nice. It's like a potato launcher. Alright, so I'm going to need all of this stuff, and I need to definitely... Oops. I need this Flowberry Fizz. Ah. Mic is on, right? Yeah. There we go. Now we're back at 200 health. Oh, what is going to happen? Whatever shall we do? All right, here we go. There are now 12 players remaining. And so you can see it's getting down to the last bit of people. And I only have had one encounter that I've had to fight for my life there. I have 0 health packs. I generally assume that there's going to be a bunch of them and ways to heal up in the area, and somebody else, whoever I battle, is going to have what I need to reheal my character. So I got 293 rounds of ammunition in just one weapon. I mean, this is just flexing. All right, there goes another guy over there. I see him. All right, so I've got myself on the zip line. I'm going to try to stabilize myself. I couldn't do it. I fell off the zip line. Had I just stayed on it, I would have had like a sniper advantage on him. But I do have all of this building material. I could build all the way up. Just double it up and reinforce it. All right. And just build like a little tower thing. Like that. Now, this guy's up on his tower. Boom, 62. He knocked it down. I wasn't even paying attention. I should have built a little bit stronger. I don't know what I was thinking there. Anyways, enough Fortnite. What else is going on in everybody's life? What are we actually doing here, huh? We're sending out SOSs. Is there anybody sending out SOSs? No, a few people that were sending me messages, and I was like, oh, let me respond. There's one person that wants me to go on WhatsApp. Like, why? They're asking me if I own a Tesla, and I'm like, I am in the market for a Tesla, yes. And then they want me to go over to WhatsApp. We're on X. We're on X chat. And I'm like, why don't you just call me on X? I don't understand what the problem is. And it just makes me wonder who's behind the screen. What is it that people are doing in their spare time that they are so intrigued to follow 75 people, and there's 8 people following this person, to include me? I'm kind of like, a couple of us are verified. Seems interesting. I'm sorry. Is Tesla... This is a fake Tesla account, that's why. And that's why it seems legit. But they only have like 8 followers on here. And one of them is a total fake Tesla account. It has to be. This does not look legit. It has like a whole bunch of posts, but it's only... Then again, November 2016. Interesting. So this account was created in November 2016. It's called Tesla Motor. Claims to be the right-hand man to Elon Musk. And this person is followed by this other person, but their account was created in September 2025. and it's a non-verified account, and they're sending me these DMs asking me if I want a Tesla, and all I have to do is meet up with them on WhatsApp. Do you click the button? No, but they sent me their phone number. They sent me their WhatsApp phone number, which we all know is just a bunch of random numbers that WhatsApp generates. What am I supposed to do with that? I sent him the video of me talking about bots on the different apps and, using WhatsApp to, communicate and infiltrate people. And I'm like, what's wrong with the secure app that we're using? Isn't it protected by Grok and Elon Musk himself? They're all like, at the X laboratory headquarters, constantly monitoring the situation. No, I know that's not what he's doing. He's busy. He's out doing stuff, cutting out the noise. The same thing most of us would like to be doing, cutting out the noise in our life, right? Just no Pareto principle, 80-20, none of that. Just pure focus, drive, everything that is feeding you, making you money. That's it. Love, the end. All right. So, anyways, there's all that. Anyways. Does anybody else celebrate anything on Fridays, like the end of the week? Do you call it the week? I do prefer not to refer to it as the week, but that's only because it's kind of one of those where they talk about how words have the same sound or something like that, and they can have different meanings. Like it's the day of the week. I feel weak at the end of the week. So there's a whole study on this. There was a doctor, and she was totally going into all of these details about words and how they're actual spells. And you're casting them all the time. Every word you speak, every word you think, it's all right there, and it's surfacing, it's manifesting before your very eyes. And if you think about a lot of things, it takes a long time to manifest a lot of things, doesn't it? Focus on one thing. See how fast you manifest that. See how quickly that comes to fruition. I am actually getting, let's see, what are these Bitcoin notifications? Who likes Bitcoin? Oh, you know I do. Do you like money? Not really, no, I don't. But is it great to build things? Oh, it most certainly is. That was my rendition of a old YouTube sing-along music. Do with like broccoli shakes and pizza popcorn or something. No, that is not the. It is not code 30 yet. We're getting there. It is almost code 30, and we're gonna do a little. What are those called? A token drop, and you confirm your token, and then you mimic the trade of the trader, and you trade twice a day. Yeah, and it's only like a 1.5% kind of thing, so it's not like you're dropping like your whole crypto wallet. You just, and it is your wallet. That's like the cool thing about it. It's like an actual. Anyways, I'm not sitting here trying to explain cryptocurrency. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm just a dude. I just like to hang out, have good food, good laughs, good people, good times, lots of love, and joy, harmony, all that good stuff. That's what we like to do around here, especially at Stargo Studios, where everyone is the star. And you are the greatest of all time. I mean, we all are. We're literally here right now in this moment, aren't we? Do I really have to argue this? Sheesh. Feel that breeze touch your face, Breathe it in. If you're in Chino, California, and you're outside, I'm sorry, don't breathe in. They get alerts all the time. The weather is really something else there. There are a lot of cows in that region. And any area that has a lot of cows, breathe lightly. Maybe you're used to it. Maybe it's extending your life. I've heard you should breathe in farts. shout out to the fart master on X. She's a good human being. I don't have permission to name drop, so I'll just kind of leave it at. If you ask Grok about this particular account, you're going to get a little feedback about her affinity for flatulence, let it be human or animals. But if she comes across the video, she has to share it and let everybody know how funny it is. So just have some respect when you go out there, right, everyone? Everybody's algorithm's a little different. Humor strikes us differently. I think fart videos are hilarious. Everybody farts. I won't say, again, I'm not here to name drop or point anybody out. We'll just say a lovely woman. When I first met her, I told her, I was told growing up by none other than my mother that you can only tell if you truly love somebody if you can pass gas in front of them. And I've always held this true to my heart. If you cannot cut the cheese in front of me, we just weren't meant to be, because everybody does it. You get cramps or something if you don't let that out. There's so many good jokes about this stuff. I'm not here to go into the echo chamber and talk about flatulence, and it happens anyways. If it's not your partner and you're farting in front of your best friends, that's a whole other thing. Or if it's just an age thing, if it just so happens to happen because you started laughing and out comes the gassing, well, you know what I'm saying? It happens. Just be human. It's a lovely experience. And on top of that, the original thought that carried on for about 2 minutes was, I heard that it helps prevent Alzheimer's, actually memory loss, smelling other people's gas. So next time you're at the gas station, be sure to fill up. And if you're in California, I am so sorry. I understand it. Well, I took a little video the other day. The gas was $5.70. Like I said, I took a video. I can literally pull it up. Oh, didn't grab the bag, but I did take a little picture of this. Are you ready for this? What is that golden bag? That is the Mean Bean coffee right there. Can't really see it because I get the glare on it. Anyways, that's really nice. And it's because I have the live video on, and then boop, boop, boop. And I have my heart-shaped clouds, me eating Taco Bell. And I have this question. Why, when you go to Best Buy, certain bank cards, you pay with them? It inquires, do you want to pay euros or dollars? At literal Best Buy. You can see that right there? I can kind of see it, right? What is up with that? I still haven't searched it. I don't know what the dealio is with that. So for some reason, where's the all pictures button? All pictures. And we were looking for. Well, I got distracted with the coffee. I just got so excited. I gotta share that with you. So that's the Mean Bean coffee. Let me just go over that way. I find this other photo of the. It wasn't just. Maybe it was a couple days ago. Yeesh. No. I swear. I must have. Where's my glasses? I just cannot see these tiny. I don't want to make it big. Then oh, there it is. I see it. Sinclair. Shh. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to name drop, but you're gonna see it right now. If you drove past, it was the least expensive fuel, $5.43. The most expensive, $5.83. See that? It's just, you can't really see, it's too fuzzy. Anyways, these cameras aren't. If I put it back here, maybe. I don't know. On my screen, it looks awful. So I can only imagine what you're dealing with. So $5.63, and then they have a difference in price between credit and cash, which, that makes sense. Cost more money to use the convenience card in what way is that a convenience? Anyways, we don't want to talk about convenience stores and how they never have a bathroom. Sometimes, if they have it open. Anyways, we're not going to talk about that. What we are going to talk about is why nobody wants to come on live. You don't have a setup? You don't have a Care Bear in your video? I know somebody that can make these Care Bears. I've had that Care Bear since I was 1 year old, since I was born. That Care Bear has been in my life. It's amazing. Right now, the guitar strap is actually blocking it. I did pick this up. If anybody's familiar with old different propaganda information, it actually is a really good informational disc from the Defense Language Institute. I picked this up over 20 years ago, and it's the familiarization video for before you deploy. You how to be respectful of customs and the practices of people in other countries, specifically Iraq. That's right. Every single soldier that deployed was taught how to play nice and be nice to the local people before they deployed. And that's something a lot of people, I think, might not know. Did you know that? How many soldiers are watching right now that going, oh man, you're right. I do remember that, right? Yeah. So I did try to play it on my Xbox. It did not read it. And I'm sure, as everybody knows, every laptop that is in existence right now no longer takes disk, unless you get the one that takes disk, which I'm sure that, yeah, those are probably just a few $100s more. $10,000 more. No, they're not that much. I'm sorry. And it's weird. There's this phone number on the back of here, and it looks like it might be a Fort Irwin number, but no, it's Fort Irwin 760. This is an Inland Empire number. Should I call it? No, we're not going to call this number right now. Not on live camera. I mean, isn't that what makes it so wonderful? Well, I do hear people doing it all the time on actual radio, but in my head, it's all scripted. They are pre-planned. Then again, I think people sign up for things. They don't realize they sign up for them, like that South Park episode of the caterpillars and the butterflies. And I'm going to trail off into ice cream and sticky situations because I know nobody actually wants to think about what that was actually about, where that was actually going. I know. Stop. Brakes. Make a left. Let's go up to downtown, Stephen. Let's talk about something a little less crude and gruesome, right? Let's not talk about the deep recesses of the human psyche and all the different anomalies. Did you see what was the richest dude? One of the richest dudes posted. I'm cool with capital punishment. Am I cool with being the person to pull the switch or do the injection or fill the room out with gas or whatever the choice is? Sure, I like it. Sorry. They gotta go. They gotta go. I mean, if it's as bad as what I have lightly brushed up on and I don't want to get into, yeah, I think there comes a time when, I don't know, then maybe that's not my job. Clearly it's not. They got people for that. Maybe it's self-imposed. I don't know. I know a lot of people are trying to figure out how to balance that in their brains, though, especially with Mrs. Flotus, walking up out of here, all up on stage, and just bloop, 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 bloop. And everybody's like, and a lot of people are like on the edge of their seats, like, oh goodness, what could possibly be coming up next? Like, well, that's wow, holy moly. They're gonna handle it. Don't stress about it. Be positive. Let's just change the script in your brain. If you wanted to get into it, then go do forensics. All right, go study law and get into all that. You ever see Donnie Brasco? It's not a great movie. Anyways, I was playing Spider-Man before I decided to flip the camera back to our normal little spot over here, and I am kind of wondering about additional people that would like to come on. I'm not seeing anything up on YouTube. No, the microphone is on. It's definitely on. And let's see, there's comments coming up on here. On here. Guilty as charged. Wow, I'm getting a lot of traction on some of these little things that I had to share with everyone. And there's a lot of things that I see on here that people are posting that I'm just like, I'm so dedicated to this. I'm literally subscribing to people's words because I feel their voices should be amplified. And honestly, if you feel that way about anything or anyone, don't be scared. Subscribe, like, amplify them. That's your friends. That's your family. Those are your people. What are you holding them back for? What are you hiding? Or is that your gatekeeping? Is you don't want anybody to know like what you're into? Or I get it. It's privacy. You want to keep it a secret. No, not me. I don't know. Check out my page. I share everything anybody shares that's insightful, whimsical, awesome, funny. I try to stay away from cringe and revolting. I try to reserve that for me. I'm just kidding. No, you guys know me. I do it with love. But definitely gonna get some more pizza going. A little bit of Domino's Pizza. We are definitely not sponsored by Domino's Pizza. We are actually, in fact, sponsored by Chuck's Reserve, which is a thrift store out in Garden Grove, right here in California. And Stargoat Studios, highly, please, absolutely, 100% every day, recommends everybody Purge. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Not actual, like, what is that? The movie, The Purge? No. When I say purge, I mean get rid of all the stuff sitting in your closet that you don't need. It's just sitting there collecting it. Are you going to get it out? Go get it out right now. Spring cleaning. That would be a great video title, wouldn't it? Spring cleaning. 1 second. Friday. I had to make the announcement. It is Fortnite Friday, actually. So if you want to get down and have a party, come on down. Would you like some better lighting? Here, watch this. Echo, turn on the spotlight. That did not work. Let's try that again. Echo, turn on the spotlight. Now I can see all kinds, and so can you. Pretty bright. Much brighter. Now you can see all the details and the curvatures of my face. Everything is nice and not smooth, even though I did put the lotion on it. Oh, there's just so much humor in our satire that we pull and extract out of, truth, real life. And, it gets twisted up into story form. And I sent a message to superstar, the hero of this generation. Maybe he doesn't want that title. He's actually not in my generation. I think he might be a generation or two above me. All the same, he was really good friends with another hero of the century. We'll just call them heroes. According to First Sergeant, back in 66 Transportation, raise up, hero. Right? Because the company motto is raise up. Raise up, hero. You walk past top, raise up, hero. And speaking of top, in the future, in association with Mean Bean Coffee, we will be sponsored in part by the main breakfast dining cafe, which is called Top Spot, right? It's Top Spot, because I'm going to tell you like this: in the military, if you got first sergeant breakfast ready, he ain't even caring about breakfast. I'm saying at like 4 a.m., she got the coffee ready. Anyway, so that's the theme of the restaurant. We're open at 4 a.m. We got coffee. Everything's ready, rock and roll, eggs, everything's lined up. So the people that work for the first sergeant can all pile in. And the people that work for first sergeant are like the colonel, the general, the president, the army sergeant major, all those guys. Yeah, they all work for one guy. And his name, I don't know if I'm allowed to name drop. I know if there are other soldiers here on the show with me, they would be more than happy to name drop. I'm absolutely certain of that. Whether or not I can, I'm sure I could too, but it's better when it's something they wrote in the Constitution, right? That was in the Bible. Like, if two of you believe it's true in heaven. And ooh, baby, do you know that's what will make heaven a place on earth? Say that light in heaven, love comes first. Will make heaven a place on earth. Thank you for still being here after 47 minutes. I do appreciate the viewership. Please like and subscribe. Isn't that what they all say? Don't. We're not trying to monetize this. We are, in a way, we're trying to monetize the wealth of knowledge. We're trying to monetize the wealth of understanding one another, breaking social norms and bringing down those walls, those icy walls, those, what are they called? RBFs. Everybody's got a RBF in their back pocket, and occasionally you pull the RBF out and you slap that on your, right? And that's okay. It's okay. We're not all wired the same, and that's totally acceptable. What is even beyond more accepting than that is that we do accept one another in that sense, that we really just let each other be and express to one another what it is that we desire, right? Sounds so simple. So if you happen to be on the X platform, please go to my page and check out the articles. I have a few articles on there, a few blueprints that might give us further insight on which direction to carry our energy into the future. Just for your personal space, there's a lot of different activities and methods and maybe guidelines. I do have actual set instructions in another book, which I have not put on the articles page yet, which I will. It's the Frequency Elevation Pocket Guide. And that particular book is a daily routine guide. Expresses how to wake up in the morning with just immediate gratitude in your heart. Just put your hands on your heart right away and just feel that heartbeat and breathe into it. Just feel that heart. I saw a guru. I'm not sure how this would work for anybody. Put your cup, take your hands, and after you have them on your heart, move them down to like where your bladder is essentially, and massage that area before you get up and go to the bathroom. So lay in bed and do these things, right? Feeling your muscles And the reason is because he was saying you get a lot of like nutrients and things like, or something, I don't know, the energy, it helps disperse the energy anyway. So, uh, yeah, that's the frequency elevation pocket guide. Do I go into all that detail? No, no. This is a very basic, rudimentary, just kind of a step by step. Drink lemon water, do some breathing. It does have a lot of references in it, but it doesn't go into. It's more of like a rabbit hole book. It's like kind of cryptic in a way, and so once you start repeating these patterns, these things in your mind, the more you do that, recursive programming or something to that effect. Um, yeah, somebody. I love all the questions on X. It's so fun. I used to also have, I know everybody had an affinity with TikTok for a while, and a lot of people still do. It's a heavily used app. For me personally, the social media that I feel is the most interactive, it's definitely got to be X. Um, for some reason, Facebook, it feels just very. Maybe it's the regional thing, or because it's very closed off. I never went on Facebook and made a lot of friends outside of people that I actually knew in real life. And so the conversations, maybe we've had the conversations before. Is that what's going on? Are the people watching this on Facebook and you're like, yeah, no, we've had it. We've talked about this. I know how Steven feels about that. Yeah. But most of the things that like we could really get into, like we should not be talking about those things. No, 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 no. Goats and sheeps and how to shear a sheep. We were talking about that earlier today, actually, weren't we? Yeah, shearing sheep and weaving yarn, something like that, right? I cannot believe I've literally been here for 52 minutes, and a lot of that was absorbed into me explaining Fortnite um, and talking about these different books and things. And uh, ooh, now you know what time it is, everybody. Now it's Bitcoin time. So I got 5 people watching right now. This is how I trade Bitcoin. I'm going to pick up my phone. I'm looking at my phone right now. And I just copy, copy. And then I scroll over here to the website. And then I'm going to log in. I've already verified, I'm not going to explain the know your customer thing, but all crypto wallets you have to verify, right? It's bank accounts, whatever it is. So, and then I just log in. I go to this thing. It says invited me. Paste the code, which establishes my token, which associates me as a trading partner within this trading group. It's really not that difficult. Like, it is not selling anything. It's not doing anything. It's literally betting. Is the market going to go up? Is it going to go down? It's all speculation. Is it risky? Everything's a risk. Tell me, how many times have you gone to Las Vegas and dropped $500 into a machine or handed it to somebody with like a nice vest? And you had a good time and you left it at that. So essentially, not the same thing, but conceptually wise, if you're into money and doing all that kind of stuff, like I said, hit me up. There's food involved. You don't have to be near me. It can all be done via Zoom. There's actually the actual meeting that is local. It's like over 50 people, and it's broadcast to on Zoom to other participants all throughout the world. I think it's a lot of fun. It's great. Everybody's very happy, very positive, very forward thinking, opulence, abundance, and all that. That's what we need. And I do need to send a little response. Do, 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 do. I'm going to say done with the green check mark. And then I'm going to say thank you with the smiley face. And that's it. 1 team, 1 fight. just like no, it's not just like the army. It's not like the army at all. Oh gosh. Yeah. So, anyways, that was the Iraqi familiarization video. I do have the full game of The Sims on disk, and I do have a few laptops that do take disk. Like it's a CD-ROM situation. Is that what they were called? So I'm gonna eventually go to Best Buy and buy a $60 plug, and I will boot those up and see what's on them. That should be very interesting. But back to that purging thing. Well, in order to purge, actually, I could just take the laptops to Best Buy probably and just have them wiped, make sure there's nothing on it, bring a thumb drive. It's probably the best bet, isn't it? And then that way they could, hand it back to me clean, and then I could give them to Chuck's Reserve. Or, actually, I do know a few people that are short on laptops that would be able to use those to take classes. And speaking of classes, school's basically free, right? If you want a regimented education that's, somebody's your master and you're their student style, right? You will pay for it. Do a lot of us have the tenacity to buckle down and study and just read and educate ourselves? Yeah, absolutely. You do. You got that. I got that. We all got that. It's just back to that to each his own kind of concept. And how do you feel? Do you want to do it? Why do you wake up every day and go do what you do? Is it because somebody's paying you? It's because, yeah, a lot of people are giving you money. They're giving you points. They're expecting you to continue to do what you do then. And once you stop, then the money stops. You'll no longer get that recognition, right? Is that how that works? It's a weird world. A lot of the people that had their 15 minutes of fame, what happened? You see, sometimes those stories they surface, and you find out, they're executives, they're CEOs, they're owners. They have a lot more going on than just royalties. It's not about royalties. It's about putting in that time, making that value, creating that value, and letting it ride into the ether, especially if you're online these days. If it's just sheer entertainment value, if you're just there to strike a nerve and, project your version of reality, whatever the case may be, I personally hope you're doing it with integrity, because there is such a thing as market correction. And ultimately, that's how money can be framed, is by market correction. If you're of value, then you get more money. If you're not of value, you get less money. And the idea is to teach people how to consistently add value. Once they get to that level where they're, they've cracked the code, then they can keep generating income and keep doing what they're doing. And then, is that an equally based system? What about people that might not have a voice, that have wisdom and education and experience, but perhaps there's another type of block that's not giving them the platform that they need to speak? Ultimately, throughout the world, this is changing, and we know it's changing. We can feel it. The story is evolving, and will it remain the same? Who knows? I was contemplating earlier that it almost seems ironic that everybody just wants that retirement. Everybody wants love, but they don't want to give it, right? It's like, okay, everybody wants to have their feet in the sand on the beach, just riding the waves of life, and just enjoying the breeze, eating mangoes, right? Pineapple on your pizza. Somebody just jumped through the roof right now. I'm just kidding. I am certain all of my followers love pineapple on their pizza. Did you see how I used the force when I did that? Just make sure I'm like mind controlling everybody. I know everybody's like totally ordering a pizza right now. I actually have pizza in my refrigerator, and if I didn't, then I would be ordering more. And because we're not sponsored by any pizza joint, there is a very delicious Italian restaurant in the neighborhood. Actually, there's two. I haven't been to one of them. One's a market and a pizzeria. That's actually where I want to go for dinner. Oh, but this other place, so delicious, so good. So you know what? It is, let's see, 15:40 right now in California time. We have a plan in the future with our other host, our other cast members, and our other characters. In fact, if you remember earlier, I was discussing with you Quentin. Quentin will be making appearances. We have Joe Saad and Tom, and we have all these guys. They do multiple characters. I promise you're gonna see it. It's gonna evolve, but the videos that we're gonna be coming out with, I'm gonna slap the table here. It's a whole segment on food. All the restaurants that I've been to over the last, I can go back my entire life. I've got a really good memory. I could go through every single place and the experience and the people, and now I am being summoned. 1 second, please. If you guys are still here, I'm gonna shut off the mic though. I gotta make an announcement. Throw in some comments. Give me some feedback. What's going on? Is the light too bright? Am I too shiny? Am I talking too much? Too close to the microphone? I had to let my son know what the new password was because I had to change the password again. Yeah, it's something to do with that label. I was reading that label, and so I just typed in those words. I would honestly have to go look at it. And I have been on for about an hour. I do have to make a few phone calls, and I do need to touch base with my good man, and because we're going to be doing some more interviews with Mr. George Estrada. Let me just continue on and finish this up real quick and close this out, right? Huh? Here we go. Everybody's got stuff to do. Steven, wrap it up. Right, here we go. All right, so interviews with George Estrada. He's going to come on. He has some very important things he would like to share with everyone about the system. I can kind of give you like a little bit of an audio. The other day I did a little sit down with him. We were discussing, that was right here.
So we're going to talk about Trump. You're going to talk about Trump, but what about the things that people need? I thought.
And I was kind of razzing him a little bit because he's like, well, I'm going to go on. I'm just going to talk about Trump. I thought you wanted to talk about healthcare and the elderly and, like the needs of the elderly. And he's like, oh no, we're going to talk about what Trump did. And I'm like, I don't know if we can talk about that, George. He's like, huh. All right, so I got this video, and I have a few other interviews that I've already conducted with him. Some good times, and if you caught our commercial of, we are also not sponsored by Hole Mole down in Tustin there, but if you get the chance, I'm telling you right now, go down to Hole Mole. There's two of them. There's, I think, the other one's in Costa Mesa, and the other one's right off of Newport in Tustin. And the one in Newport and Tustin is the only one I've actually been to, but I hear great things about the one in Costa Mesa. I promise I will be going down there to get some brisket tacos. If you do come out to California, make sure it's on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and I might just meet you there. More likely than, I can do that. We have people. I do prefer to meet people in like downtown Disney. If you want to get out, hang out, socialize, go through security at Disney. Let's go party. They have like a live music and there's restaurants, all kinds of fancy drinks, like beautiful drinks they make over there. It's just I love Disney. Like they really um, carried out Walt's dream and legacy. At least in my head, I hope and believe they are. Right? We all believe that. We grew up with that level of creativity and imagination. Who has not been impacted by anything Disney? And yeah, he openly attributed a lot of his works to the stories. He's carrying those stories, that legacy forward, humanity. Right? So let's not get hung up on all the details. Let's just enjoy it. Go out, smile. All right. There's somebody that doesn't have a dance partner tonight. Don't stand there and watch them. Go ask them to dance. Right? Even if it's in your own kitchen and with the person you've been with for the last 45, 50 years. Right? Dance with them. Even if there's no music. Right? It might not be audible, but it's there. Okay. Much love. Happy Friday. Enjoy it. Breathe. Posture. Right. If anybody comes across the love of my life, tell her again. I'm very sorry. I know no girl wants to be with the guy that's crazier than her crazy, right? All right. Much love, everyone.